What does it take to get a motor to stop leaking? Oh boy. In this episode, we pull out the transmission, we pull off the harmonic balancer, we drop the oil pan. All of that to fix an oil leak. But we got it. We got it. If you're interested in seeing how we got this done, stay tuned. So let's see. Ready? Let's see what she's gonna do. So far, so good. Thumbs up. Christine hadn't gotten a thumbs up in a long time. Alright, we don't want to go challenge the school bus. I gotta get used to this clutch again. Still stumbling. Alright, so we're going to have to figure that out. Probably tow it in some. I would say that's medium success. I'm not going to chalk that up as a total win. You know, I'm still trying to build trust in Christine again. I've got to take her out of state, and I've got a 75-mile drive to get where I got to go for cruising the coast. And that's, I got to take interstate. There's no back highway to get there, so I have to take interstate. And it's just got me, nervous. It was always nervous driving Christine on that highway on the interstate. Always had me nervous because it's like, with this 411 gear, I'm like, I'm getting run over. Cars are doing 90 miles an hour. I'm struggling to do 70 without, screaming at, 3,500 RPMs. So everything's still in one piece. I just shut it down. But look at the breather. I got oil coming out of the breather. I don't like that. Probably still got blow by. I might have to run a double PCV system on it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have any oil leaks anymore. All that oil I think is left over from before. I think when I did it before I had a trail. Oh, there's something. I just saw it drip. I'm gonna have to climb underneath here and see what's going on. It looks like it's coming from the oil pan right by the filler. Right, not filler, by the drain plug. I just saw another one drip in that vicinity. Here we are again, back in the garage working on Christine. She's so close to being finished. She's actually finished except for some nitpicky things. We're now working out all the gremlins on Christine, trying to get it to where I can trust her on the road. Let me set the stage for you. So a few weeks back, I got her running for the first time, and I fought a horrible oil leak. I mean, it was literally catastrophic. It puked out oil at a rate of like 3 quarts in 30 seconds. So what I found out was I had an incompatible oil filter. I had an oil filter that was the right size, but it had the gasket too small inset on the landing flange. And so once I sorted that out, got her running, valve train was loud. Okay, so what do we do about that? I said, you know what, I think it's maybe the lifters. I had some old tired lifters in it. So I pulled the lifters out, ordered a new set of lifters, put a new set of lifters in it, broke those in, still out. Then I in an epiphany in the middle of the night, I realized what my problem was. These are new heads, and the person who built these heads apparently used mismatched springs and retainers. So I had to order the correct retainers, and that quieted it down a bunch. So then we got it to where, all right, let's go ahead and start driving it around. So started driving it around the neighborhood, and I've only driven it maybe 2 miles, 3 miles, maybe at the most. And I've got 2 very bad oil leaks. One is coming from the harmonic balancer. I know why that is. I've got a little small groove on a harmonic balancer. It's worse than I thought. I'm going to put a sleeve on it, so I need to pull the harmonic balancer off and put one of these repair sleeves on the harmonic balancer. The second is even more problematic. It's on the transmission. So at the transmission, the input shaft apparently has a groove that I didn't notice, and the front seal is not sealing. It is slinging transmission oil, because this is a 4-speed, so it's shifting. It's slinging transmission oil all up in the bell housing. It's trailing down the bottom of the transmission. I was wondering, it's like, man, all my seals. It's like I completely rebuilt this sag, not rebuilt, but refreshed this Saginaw, new seals and everything. It shouldn't be leaking. Well, that's the only thing that logically it really can be. So what I've got to do today is I only have 10 days before cruising the coast. So I have this weekend and next. What I got to do is I got to get underneath here. I got to pull this transmission out. I got to pull that harmonic balancer off. I got to go get 2 repair I forget what they call them, but the little steel rings that slip over. So I need to go get 2 of those, put those on, put it all back together, and hopefully that'll be it for the leaks. And if I can get it to where that's it for the leaks, and if I can do that this weekend, and next weekend, over the next week, I can spend time putting miles on Christine, getting it to where I trust her, to where I know I can take her for a 75-mile drive from New Orleans to Mississippi Gulf Coast and go participate in cruising the coast. So that's what we've got to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get underneath here and start removing this transmission. All right, full confession. I've never done this before with a manual transmission. I pulled out plenty of automatics, but I'm going to leave the clutch. Bell housing is bolted to the motor, and the transmission is bolted to the belt housing, 4 bolts. So I got those 4 bolts out. I got my shift lever unbolted up top. It's pulled out. I'm going to leave my Hurst competition shifter attached. I got a nurse ratchet glove over the back where the yoke for the drive shaft goes. The drive shaft's out. Speedometer cable's disconnected, and my reverse lights switch is disconnected. So everything's out of the way. Now, next thing to do is slide the jack underneath here and hopefully get it out. So if you've not seen, I've got a video on making the transmission jack. Of all the videos in my channel, I got, I don't know, 170 videos right now, plus 170 plus. This is probably, I don't know, episode 170 something. a long time ago when I was working on my Cutlass. I got a 71 Cutlass convertible, and I had to change the TH350 out of it. And I went to Harbor Freight, and Harbor Freight wanted, I don't know, $250 for a transmission jack, and I could not swallow $250 for a jack I was going to use once. Well, today it would be twice. But I decided, I said, you know what, I can rig something up. So I rigged this up on my Harbor Freight racing jack. If you want to see that video, I'll put a link to it up here. So anyway, it's the most watched video on my entire channel. Let me see if I can't get this transmission out of here. Wish me luck. All right, come to Papa. Come to Papa. Here we go. That was crazy easy. Oh man, that didn't take long at all. Not long at all. Oh man, now I really want to see what it looks like. But it's on the inside of here. I got to get the cover off. Before I start disassembling anything, I want to really take a good, long, hard look at this. So this is what was going to the clutch, and the seal is back here. Now, I'm also understanding that these two bolts, or maybe all four of these bolts, go into the case, and they sometimes leak too. But it doesn't matter to me. I did not want to fool with this underneath the car. I want to fix it right. So this doesn't have anything to do with the seal. It's behind here. So, don't turn that. Do not turn that. Okay, I need to mark that so that I know I can go straight in without it messing up. I know I got all my clutch plates are all aligned, but I need to make sure that this doesn't rotate, because I just want it to go easily in. So I'm going to mark this with a Sharpie and then pull this off. But you see how they've got, it's glossy? See, that's glossy right here? All around here. So I'm going to wipe this delicately and see if I can't be smart about it. But look, see also here this telltale trail where this is going down here. So I was getting fluid, gear oil technically. I was getting gear oil back here, and it was all coming back along here. But what would happen is it would do it in the driveway, but it would really do it when I was driving. It didn't just do it sitting. It did it when it was running. So at first I thought it was maybe oil coming from the back of my valve covers. And no. So I traced it to this. So I'm going to take off this front nose, I don't know what you call this, but this cover plate. I'm going to take that off, and we're going to see what's behind it. All right, I took it off, and this, I can't catch a nail on this. I cannot catch a nail on that. I mean, that is so subtle and slight, I can't imagine why this is leaking. Here's the seal. And I didn't put it backwards. I did not put it backwards. But there was definitely oil at the bottom, right here, when I pulled it off, on the seal. And the gasket was dry all the way around, except for this little drip line right here when I first pulled it off. And that was just from the oil that was pooled. See, I'm seeing fluid up here. I'm seeing a shine up here. But my bell housing's dry. My bell housing's dry. Bell housing's wet over there, but that's where, I don't know. See the back of the motor? The back of the motor looks dry. There's nothing coming out of there. Nothing coming out of the manifold. Nothing coming off of the oil sending unit port. Nothing coming off from the bottom of the heads where the valve covers. Because look, if it was coming off the valve covers, it would come down to the corner and it would be draining down here, not in the middle. But look how clean my clutch fork, the throwout bearing I have out. The throwout bearing is clean. You know, it's not a rear seal. Look how clean the flywheel is. It is not a rear seal. So it's coming from the front of this transmission. And it's got to be that. But I mean, geez, you can't blame me for not thinking of that. It was just, I mean, come on. That's so subtle. So I'm going to clean all of this up, and then we'll, before we put it back, I want to make sure, but I need to go to O'Reilly's, the local distributor house. O'Reilly's has this this. It's like an 1.25" sleeve. I'm gonna get one for my harmonic balancer too. But anyway, so let's let me go ahead and get those parts, and we'll take this to the next step. So I'm gonna start off by cleaning this. I got some Chem Tool carb cleaner. Just want to see what this looks like. I want to make sure that it's all clean. Surfaces are good to go. I mean, when I did all my seals, and everything looked great. I don't understand what went wrong. I'm gonna scrape off. I see I got probably a little bit of silicone right here. I'm gonna scrape off. So I was feeling the front of the case, and I felt these grooves. And these are the original machining grooves when this thing was surfaced. Here's the gasket that goes on that. I mean, that's wafer thin. That is tiny. I don't know that that's got enough give to seal all of that. So it could be this plug. I've cleaned it. I'm going to silicone that. It could be coming out of this. So I've got silicone I'm going to put in that. It could have been the two bolts on the bottom. So I'm going to silicone those. But you know, the bearing, I've got an 1/8 inch of a play, maybe, I don't know, I measured, it's like a 16th inch total, really, when I put a square on it. It looks like a lot more than that, but I'm understanding that that's normal, and this transmission doesn't make any noise. There's no growling, no nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand this down, get this smooth, and we're gonna get this cleaned up, make sure there's no silicone. I need to put my snap ring back on because I was starting to think that I might wanna change this bearing. But if it's not making noise, I'm not going to change it. So I need to put that back on. And yeah, man, this is frustrating to not know, just the uncertainty. So here's the sleeve, Precision Bearings and Seals, part number 99125. So there's a whole bunch of different manufacturers that make it, and it's the same thing, 99.125, but it's just a thin little ring that's going to slip over. It's going to slip over this, and it's going to press. I need to find a way to tap this onto there with a pipe or a tube or a piece of PVC or something, but I'll find something in this garage. So I'm one of these guys that never throws anything away. Here's an old PVC tailpiece from a sink that I will never use again, but it's perfect. It is flat out perfect. So, and it's cushioned because it's PVC, it's plastic. So hopefully that will be able to drive that on. It should be able to. Hopefully it'll do it without crushing it. But that's my part. And I'm gonna look around and see if I got any tubing. But I think it's the best I'm gonna be able to do. I can feel it getting hot. It's not hot enough to cause a blister or anything, but I'm just barely touching the edge. But I can feel the heat going into it. Plastic's getting. I had to take my die grinder and grind that back to where it was basically tapered with the taper that's already there. And you know, we were riding on it a little bit, but it's not really hurting it. All right, so we got the new sleeve on the shaft, which I don't think that was the problem, but it tightened it up anyway. I got sealant on this. I got sealant on the back of this. I've sealed the bolt holes with a flexible sealant, and it's tight, so it looks good. It looks good. It shouldn't leak. It shouldn't leak. So now I'm gonna try to get it back underneath the car. Done. Woohoo! Oh man, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. I'm working by myself, and I got it. It went in. Man, in my Harbor Freight jack, my modify your racing jack, your Harbor Freight jack, to make it a transmission jack. Worked again. Saved me another $225 or $250, whatever it is. Whew, I'm tired. Okay, because you climb underneath the car. The only thing I got to do is put the shift lever back on the inside. But it's done. Need to lower it and top off the fluid. Make sure I got enough gear oil in it. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to turn my attention to the harmonic balancer. But I tell you what, I'm not going to overdo it. I'm going to come back and do that tomorrow. So see you on the flip side. So there's Frosty the Snowman. He's been in the freezer overnight. So that is probably at about 0 degrees right now. And here's the Felpro kit 16202, and it's a little stainless steel, I believe it's stainless steel sleeve with some Loctite. So what I need to do is I need to like clean this, degrease this hub. If I can show you, you can probably see it in the frost. I took this off yesterday, but right here, that landing right there has got a low spot. It's all frosted up right now. But right here, there's like a 1/4 inch wide groove that the seal was riding in on, and it was just leaking. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to clean that up right now with a little bit of chem tool. It's such a tight fit that it ought to go on. That I only need to put this on one surface. It's not going to go anywhere. Anything to help this thing from crinkling up, getting stuck. I'd already taken some emery cloth to it when I installed it the first time. I just thought I didn't see that groove. I just thought it would work. My bad, my mistake. It's going. We're home free. There it is, it bottomed out. Bottomed out. There we go. Turn the torch off. Zoom in on it. We'll get that cleaned up. This should be fixed. So now all I need to do is press it back on the front of the block, put my belts back, and test it. Everything under the hood's back together. I also changed out the spacer on the fan. That's a 1/2 inch longer than the one that I had. It tucks the fan a little bit better into the shroud. These 55s, or I'm sorry, these Tri-5s is what I meant to say. These Tri-5s don't have a shroud. So that's an aftermarket shroud. I think I got that from Speedway Motors. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but it's an aluminum shroud that's painted black with them on. But I got the belts on, the alternator's tight, AC's tight, AC's not quite working yet. I haven't charged the system for the first time. Power steering belt, which is a brand new system, is also on there, and it's tight. Everything underneath the car, drive shaft's on. I'm thinking out loud. So drive shaft, I actuated the clutch pedal. It seems like it's fine. I don't know. We'll find out if the throttle bearing is in alignment. Make sure that that's all right, because mechanically that's something that could go wrong because I had the transmission out. I got my shifter back in. What else? I put fluid in the transmission. I lost a lot. I was surprised at how much, but I put more gear oil in the transmission. It's topped off. I also did a Felpro. I changed the bolt on the oil drain plug. That was another thing that was always leaking, and I don't know, it had a telltale drip. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe there's a little point where everything else collected. Got the harmonic balancer tight. Man. So we're looking for no leaks at the transmission. We're looking for no leaks at the harmonic balancer. We're looking for no leaks at the oil drain plug. And if I've got all that, I'm finally, I think, out of the gremlin woods. We can start putting some miles on Christine. So let's see if she's going to start. Start looking for leaks, right? I don't see anything at the harmonic balance. I don't see anything underneath. Let's look. Let me show you. Yeah, it's a 307. All right, let me let it warm up, and then maybe I'll take it out for a road test. Well, unfortunately, we still have a leak. So it's in the oil pan. I'm pretty confident. I know where it is. It's coming from, I can't see it on the side of the timing chain cover. It's running down the oil pan. You know, the motor's got a little bit of a tilt from radiator to drive shaft. So it's running down the side rail. It's a little bit on both sides. So I'm pretty sure that what it's doing is it's escaping from the corner of the pan where the little radius is, where the timing chain cover goes into the where the timing chain cover comes down into a semicircle and the pan snugs up against it in those two corners. Pretty sure that's where it's coming from. So fortunately on these Tri-5s there's no cross member, as you can see from that video. So this is like, I have 9 days between now and when, or 8 days between now and when I'm supposed to leave for cruising the coast. And if I don't get this leak fixed, I'm toast for making that event. So I'm going to get underneath there tonight, and I'm going to jack up the car. Unfortunately, they don't have a cross member in these Tri-5s, so I'm going to drop the oil pan, clean it up, and then silicone the heck out of the front and the back in along that rail. And please, that's got to be it. So wish me luck, but here we go. I'm going to climb underneath there and start taking this pan out. All right, I'm underneath here, and I've got a fan on way back there because it is hot as Hades in here. And you can see I've got clear path all the way from the front seal to the rear seal, and nothing's in my way. Not the starter, not the exhaust on the driver's side, nothing. I can get to every bolt. The only thing that is potentially in the way is the drag link, and so if I need to, I might remove something over here in the idler arm to drop this if I need to. I'm going to take the pan completely out. I've drained it of oil already, so now it's just a whole bunch of 7/16 and then I think it's 7/16 and a half on the corners. So let me go ahead and get all these bolts out and see if I can't get this pan out. Pan is out, and I wasn't thinking. Of course I had to drop the drag link. I just disconnected my tie rod end and the drag link from the idler arm, and it dropped. Pretty easy, but of course I couldn't shift the pan back because I got the flywheel. It was going to bump. So what I want to show you is I want you to look really good at this front seal and tell me if I'm not seeing something. But the fact is,
that there is fluid, there's oil on the forward side of that seal, and I'm looking. Unfortunately, I can't really get in that pocket to look really good. I'm going to see if I can't get a better look with it open. But I'm thinking that my leak is coming from the top of this gasket above that, in that corner, and it's dripping down, and it's able to drip around here. Because look, this pan, the gasket to pan is dry. So now when this gasket drops down, I want to see the other side. I want to see if there's anything shiny on the other side. And there's a little bit of discoloration here. Can't really tell. That's probably just the color of the pan. All right, I got oil dripping in my head here from the oil pump, but there's my bottom end I was never wanting to see again. All right, let me go ahead and get this gasket out and we'll take another look at it. Now that I've got it out, let's take a closer look at it. So this is the front corner that I think I was having the problem with. And you can see it's shiny in the back, it's shiny in the front, it's shiny all around that little hole. And then you can see now, here's where the silicone stops. So I only put the amount of silicone that they told me to put in the corners, right? But you can see a tell. You can see this little trail right here where it was weeping, and it was coming, and it was running along the side of this. It was running all the way in the back. Then also, if you look at this back here, this corner, which had a lot more silicone, you can see it even got by it. And it's dripping back here too. But notice how this rail is dry, but this rail is wet. And that's where I was having my drip. It was coming around here, it was falling off, right off of this bolt hole. But I've got some more over here by my starter, and look how shiny that is. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount. So this is in between the block and the gasket. And you can see also a tell here, a trail. I don't know why there's some rusty water or something, but you can see that's oil. It looks pretty clean, except there's a little bit of sheen on the outside edge right there. So there's some tells here that we had some problems. I want to get underneath there and look at the block. See how that bead is in that corner? Kind of see a void over the cover. That could very well be it. It could be that. It's not packed completely into that corner, and that could have been everything. And I'm looking, I need to see right above that timing chain cover. I want to feel that timing chain cover right past the block, just up above the block, and see if that's damp with the oil in any kind of way. And if it's not, then that's the highest point. That's got to be where it's coming from. I am only going to get one shot at this. I'm going to try to run a paper towel right up in that crevice and see if it's wet. And if it's not, then it's absolutely that pan and not the timing chain cover. What do you think? I'll do it again. That looks clean to me. That's clean. That's clean. If I had a timing chain cover leak, this would be wet. That's clean. It's got to be my problem on the front corner of the oil pan. I'm convinced that's it. So I mean, my paper towel is completely dry on the side of the timing chain cover, so it's got to be coming from that corner. So all I can do now is just clean that completely with brake cleaner and get all the oil off, and then I'm going to use RTV silicone much more than what I did before. And please, I mean, please, this has got to work. It's got to work. I'm on it. It is in. It is in. I got silicone squeezing out of it in the corners. I ended up having to glue it. So there's silicone on both surfaces. I know Felpro says don't do that, but I am sorry. That's what I'm doing. I had to get it up there, and I had to have some bolts just with the gasket. I had silicone, just a little thin little bead on the block, and I was trying to get it to stick in it here, and I had to put a couple bolts in it until it skinned over a little bit, until it tacked, and it kept wanting to fall. And I did the pan. But another thing with the pan, I checked to make sure that those holes, the bolt holes, weren't dimpled. So I undimpled them a little bit with a dolly and a hammer, and then I took a piece of sandpaper, like 320, and a block, and I blocked it, and it was pretty irregular. So this is a real, this gasket is compliant. It's not that compliant. So I'm like, well, you know what? And it's the pan had a high ridge on the inside and the outside, and pockets in between the bolt holes. So I was like, you know what? That's getting a slather of silicone. Sorry, Felpro, but I put just a film just to kind of bridge whatever little irregularities there were, and that's what I went up with. So I made sure in the four corners it was lathered up. I made sure that on the top and the bottom of the two radiuses, at the front seal and the rear seal, made sure those had silicone on both sides of them. And you know what I'm going to do now? It's sitting overnight. So I got everything torqued up. It's all done, and all I can do now is just hope. I'll come back tomorrow. I'll be more comfortable. I'll have a cooler head. I'm very frustrated, but I need to put it all back in it, fire it up, see what happens. So here we go. See you tomorrow night. Got everything done. Oil's back in it. Oil filter's back on. Belts are tight. I think I got it, so I'm ready to fire it up. Man, I don't know. I'm just so nervous. It's just been like I've just been snake bit, and I just can't get past this, and I'm just hoping. So, I'm losing confidence. I'm losing confidence in what I'm doing. So let me go ahead and start it up, and let's see what we got. You're gonna see what I see. Oh, it looks dry. It looks dry. It looks dry. Let's let it warm up. Let it warm up. I realized that when I changed the seal on the front of the, I put that sleeve in front of the transmission, I never put it in gear. So that entire front shaft isn't rotating yet. Get back underneath there, see what we got. Looks dry from this side. Look at it from the other side. We got smoke coming off the exhaust from all the oil, me grabbing it with my hands and everything else. All right, let me take it to the next step. All right, so far so good. That was a massive success. I don't see a single drop anywhere. Not on a harmonic balancer, not on a rear main seal, not anywhere in the oil pan. I think I got it licked. Haven't driven it, road tested it yet, but I mean,
it was leaking immediately, right? So I think we got that licked. Now what I need to do is I need to jack up the front end, pull the jack stands out, put the jack stands on the back, and put it in gear and see if that transmission leaks. All right, I got the back jacked up, and I have it on jack stands underneath the axle both sides, and I have the jack underneath the pumpkin just in case. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in and start it and put it in gear. Now the other thing is I haven't heard the throw-off bearing yet. So let's see. All right, we're spinning. We're spinning. I don't want to get underneath it. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to see it, but I do not want to get underneath it. I think we won. I think we won. I think we won. I think we won. Yes. All right. Let me shut it off. Let me shut it off. Oh man. Leave it in gear there. Yeah, okay. Stop spinning. I think we won. I think we won. So look, you're probably going to be seeing this video I don't know how many weeks from now, but there's a whole lot of stuff that's been going on in my life, and it's all big stuff. I'll reveal it to you later on, but right now I'm aiming for cruising the coast, and I have 7 days from today we are leaving. 7 days. So it's either we take one car, our 71 Cutlass convertible, or we take two. And I want to take Christine badly. I want to take Christine, but I've not been able to road test her for any significant amount of time. She's got maybe 5 or 7 miles on her, 10 at the most, since I've started. And I haven't had a chance to really like get on the highway and build some faith and trust in her. And I'm man, please, it's like I've got to drive 75 miles or so to get to Mississippi. And then the whole week you're running back and forth along the coast. I mean, we go through a tank of gas a day, easily. So, I mean, it's a lot of miles. If you've never been to cruising the coast, it's just unbelievably incredible. So my son will be driving my Cutlass, and I'll be driving Christine, if we get it straight. And this was the last hurdle before now we can really start tuning and tweaking. So the next thing I really want to do is, it's got a bog when you crack the secondaries. So I've ordered bigger shooters, bigger squirters for the back. They're 31,000s. I've got 35,000s on the way, and I'll also have different squirter cams. But I think the bigger squirter is going to fix the secondary bog. It's because it'll rev nice and crisp on the primaries, but then as soon as you hit the secondary, it just falls flat. So I'm pretty sure that squirt shot's not enough, and I've already checked the accelerator pumps and made sure that they're set right. So they're working good. But anyway, yes, that's the next video. Maybe that's the next video. I don't know. Maybe the next video is cruising the coast. Who knows? But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. No idea how long it's going to be. It's probably going to be a very long time. But anyway, we got her done. Thank you for sticking with me. If you enjoyed the video, please give this video a thumbs up. And as always, if you enjoy my channel, I'd love a subscription. We're almost finished our project. It's been 4 years. 4 years of this YouTube channel. I'm over 6,200 subscribers right now, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you. But anyway, until I see you next time, when hopefully we're getting Christine rolling on the street, please take care of yourself. Cheers.